What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about something that I came across on TikTok, and it is something called boy math. Now, if you don't know what boy math is, it is basically getting the most out of your time whenever you are living on this planet as a man. You can actually compare it to something like min-maxing in RPGs. Whatever character you choose, you just put all of your attributes and all of your experience into that strongest state of your character, and it will completely make you overpowered. So you're basically min-maxing your life every single day, and that is what boy math is. You'll take a single situation, an easy situation, something that is pretty straightforward, and you try to get as much money out of it as possible, or make it as as enjoyable as possible doing that activity, whatever that activity may be. And you do this every single day. Some guys do this and they don't even realize they do it, but we are going to see a few examples of boy math getting pushed to the absolute limit when it comes to dating and even relationships. So sit back, relax, grab a beverage, get a snack, and let's jump right into it. My name is Ratboy.
Being aggressively honest is my guy friend's favorite thing to do with me, so let's get into some more of their hot takes. The favorite question I've gotten this week from them, it is only Tuesday for reference, is asking me if they can take 3 girls on a date in the span of 12 hours. For reference, my guy friend is asking me if he can do a coffee date followed by a proper lunch date followed by a drinks date, all so that he doesn't have to do a dinner date, which is obviously the most expensive, and then he can still go out with his friends at night. I think this kind of
This is definitely possible. If you schedule it right, you can have 3 days between, I would say, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. and kind of cut it, a few hours with each date. I think you can definitely do that. It's possible. Hooking up with them, maybe not.
It shows not only planning, but a level of organization that most men typically don't have. And I told him I did think this was entirely feasible and that the girls probably wouldn't notice. I also personally am a pretty big fan of a coffee date because I think it's so wholesome that you just enjoy your time with that person, and it's low stakes, and honestly it's kind of the most inexpensive date for guys. But
it is inexpensive. I am a coffee date. Expensive. I am a coffee date. I'm a coffee date. I will definitely agree to a coffee date, or at the very least, if I'm going out on a first date, it'll usually be a coffee date. Just make sure that is my go-to for first dates.
his main goal was to combine as many dates into one day so that he can enjoy his day of chill with the boys on a Sunday. Obviously, the biggest risk here is that you actually like one of the girls that you've spent money to go on a date with, and then you bring them back to your apartment, and your time between dates gets cut down because you're hooking up with them. But these are first dates, so there's obviously...
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Their first dates and also their day dates, which day dates are fine. You have coffee, you have brunch, you have lunch. And then sometimes in the afternoon, you can also do like a happy hour type date. These types of dates are perfect, honestly, and it'll leave your evening open to, hang out with the boys. So it's a win-win. And a lot of times after that last date, you can even maybe squeeze in some gym time in there.
Like a higher barrier to bringing someone back to your apartment on that, but he did say that he had done the math and he thought that even if he had a date with these girls, brought them back to their apartment, hooked up with them, he would still be able to make it to the next date on time given the delta between time dates, which I thought was concerning given the amount of time you'd spend with them. But again, to each their own. If that's something you're proud of, that's something you're proud of. But yeah, I guess if your guy says he can't make time for you on a weekend, this is your sign that he obviously could, even if you aren't the only one.
This is a very interesting take and a perfect example, I think, of guys just doing the math. They're doing the math. They're trying to squeeze out these dates. I would rather spend one day getting 3 first dates out of the way than wasting multiple days trying to get multiple dates. I 100% agree. You got to think a lot of times you'll spend an entire day, wasted waiting on a date. Everyone knows that's true. It's never happened to me, but I've heard of it happening. I'm sure it's happened plenty of times. It happens a lot. Let's check out this next clip.
My guy friend has an onslaught of knowledge and advice that he would like to share with the world, so I'm going to do a little series on more fun things my guy friends have said. One of the best things I've heard recently is a hot take about what a girl should order on her first date. I was coming home from brunch with my friend and he was telling me that if a girl, as a girl the night before that he'd been on a date.
Like I said previously in the video, first date should be, coffee, something super chill, maybe even like a walk, or I live close to a beach, so it would be like a beach day, something like that. Something I've like made, picnics and stuff and taken that to the beach as well, which is also there's no better date than just being outside, in my opinion, especially for a first date.
With specifically asks for the side salad to not be included and not to get a substitute of something else, whether that something else is healthy or unhealthy. He was really against it. His logic with this was that if she can't even be in close proximity to greens and healthy foods, that they probably didn't have a healthy mindset. And
you don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like out there. You may think you do, but you don't.
And this was just not something that he was interested in. This also had something to do with the protein they were eating, and wanted them to be eating a lot of protein on their first date. And I really didn't understand that part of.
I completely agree. I would say, protein's important. I wouldn't be put in a situation where, you'd be ordering a lot of food on a first date, obviously, but after the second date, I guess you can go to dinner and see what is being ordered. A salad for me is something that I would always order. Something, with salad, maybe a salmon salad, something with some protein. Steak. I would be worried if they were ordering something that wasn't, somewhat healthy, or didn't have protein, or was just kind of junk food, I guess.
This, I'm sure there's some boy logic there that someone could explain to me, but yeah, the side salad not hitting the plate was a deal breaker for him.
I wouldn't necessarily say deal breaker, but honestly, if they're eating shitty food, then maybe that's something that needs to be brought to your attention early on. No one likes fat chicks. Bad eating habits is not very good, because no to fatties. Let's be real, nobody if you're not getting your recommended vitamins and minerals and stuff throughout the day, you're not gonna be feeling too good. Let's be real. A lot of people don't, which is kind of surprising. Here's the last clip.
The most toxic thing one of my guy friends said to me this weekend is that instead of doing girl math, he has a version called boy math, where he calculates how much money he's invested into taking girls out on dates. He calls it cost per nut. Naturally, this is all tracked within an Excel spreadsheet labeled CPM. And perhaps the most important trend that you need to be seeing within your CPM is going down over time, both you as a person and your overall cost. And once you reach a certain level of cost per nut, you are eliminated from his repertoire because your cost is exceeding the value you bring.
Put your cost per nut in the comments, please. Okay, so let's talk about this one. This one is very interesting to me because obviously, if you're dating, if you are actively dating out there, you're taking women out on dates, you're going to be spending money. And every guy subconsciously, I think, keeps a mental note of how much money they spend on a woman. If you're a normal guy, I guess you definitely do that. Me personally, I know I do this. There's an amount that I will just, once I hit that amount and I'm spending that amount, I'm kind of just aware of how much money I'm spending on this woman that could possibly not even, she's a pump and dump, be mine, or that could not even, we might not even be in a relationship. We're just casually dating right now, but I'm still thinking about the money I'm spending. But me personally, I don't go as far as keeping a spreadsheet, but mentally I do keep a mental note of how much money I spend on the women that I choose to spend time with. But let me know what you guys think. That's going to be the end of this video. Please like and subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe if you're enjoying it, and I will catch you guys later. Rat Boy out.